and welcome to TTS and I with mods. TTS, that stands for TableTop Simulator. I, well, that's me, Felonious Wizard, and mods is actually what you play inside TableTop Simulator. As you can hear, TableTop Simulator simulates board games in this case, and you and your friends can then gather around the board inside TTS, whether you're in the same country or not, even if you're not anywhere on the globe. It's a nice way to play board games. I'm repeating the word board games because it's not a computer game. This is not Mario Brothers 58. It is TTS. What I'm going to do is I'm going to talk you through some things that I do with mods and while I'm learning, because I am really in the beginning of this process. I've suggested in my last update that perhaps someone would be interested in blah blah, but no one was interested in. But then I realized that most of my YouTube videos are mainly for me and my documentation of what I do. So later when I'm 80, 85 or whatever, sitting on the old folks home, no one is bothering with me, I can then sit and watch my own videos and that's what I do. That's why I do the videos anyway. So I'm going to do my documentation of how I go about doing mods for TTS. Now, let's go over to TTS so you can see that. This is what you are greeted with when you have started it in. It has done what it should. You have join, that is if there's anyone else saying, oh, I have started this game, come and join me. Good. Create, you start your own game. Some options, you can always use that. There are a tutorial here that shows you how to flip a card, roll a dice, and the most important key of all, the Alt key. ALT key, Alt key. You will hear me say a lot about that, and you will see me use it a lot because it's impossible to do anything else. And then you can just turn it off, of course. So, when you start like this and you want to see what you have, you start with create, and here you can have a hot seat. I have not figured that one out yet. Play on the same computer with multiple people. I haven't made that. Multiplayer, I will start a game and others can join in. Or single player, I will just check what the fork is going on. Here we have classic. These are the things that Mr. TTS is giving us. There are some card games, some poker, yeah. Then they have DLCs that you have to buy. I have no interest in none of those. I haven't seen anything that I recognize. No. And then we have the workshop. Perhaps we should point out where the workshop is, because that could be important. Before you start your game, there is a lot of things you can watch here. Over at this corner we have what is called the workshop. Inside there, every player, every maker of a mod has put their own mods inside. You get the new things first, new ones, and so on. And if you want to, you can go and search. Let's say that what should we? Let's see if there's any game that you know that I know that, well, why not? Scrabble. I think you have been playing Scrabble sometime. And look, here we have it. We have even Icelandic Scrabble. Holy macaroni. There are several. We have Finnish, we have English, Romanian, definitely not Scrabble, France, Poland, PT, I have no idea what that is, Philippines? I don't know. So, yes, suddenly there is Holland. There is no Swedish, I can tell you that much. So someone has been sitting here making this. And if I want to do, let's see, English Scrabble, there is a plus marker here. I can then just click that, or I can click on them, open it up, and you get, well, he doesn't have many pictures. That's sorry. But if you butchered from other workshop uploads just for personal use, okay, that's probably not the one you want. But otherwise you just subscribe. You just subscribe. He still got 92 subscribers on this personal thing. Fun. Let's go back to the workshop. We also have our files, the files that we have sent in, and I have actually made one. So here we have that. I've already subscribed, actually. Of some reason I didn't do that. So this is what I have made, and I have made some more pictures just because I wanted to show the game a little bit better. So this is what I have done. And here I can also do updates and stuff. Check that everything is okay. No comments. Well, that's nice. And I actually have 9 subscribers on this one. And 1 actually think it's a favorite. Thank you, whoever you are. So we are going to go to this Mesopotamia directly. And we load it, of course, from the workshop. I have it down here as well as a save I have made. But still, we get inside. Now, I have cleaned up a lot. Yes, I still have a lot of these ones. And most of them actually works, because I've checked that. I don't like things that doesn't work. So they just go. Because sometimes when you try to load something, it doesn't really load everything you need, which is not really what you want. So, where is mine? It's over here. That's a good game, and that was fun, and that's a good game, and ooh, there's a lot of solo games in here. This one, oh, four gamers at the same time. My game is for 5 players. It's not mine. It's Dr. Gary Stevens from Gary's Games, and this is what I have made. And what we see here is the assets that I have been put in. Here a couple of dice. Well, that's not mine. Those are actually from something called objects. You have components here. You can pick whatever you want. Marbles, figurines even. Whatever you want. And custom. I use custom the most. And here's some miscellaneous. Oh, quarter. Random Mahjong. Well, that's nice. River Sea Ship. I have no idea. This is a board. The board is not movable. You can't move it. But these bags are totally okay. And they are so nicely lined, as you can see. Well, how did I do that? Well, it is not really my thing. We have something called a grid. And you can snap them to the lines like that. And you can show the lines like that. And now you will see that most of these are inside the crosses. Now I can actually use this in a game that I'm making. So I might actually have a game that uses this. Perhaps some of you remembers map tools. That's where I get this from. So there we have that. I will turn it off because we don't need that. It will keep on doing that, and we don't do that either. There's a lot of stuff over here that will help you. Mostly you just play with the grab. But I will show you something that I think is important. When I hover over an object and press the Alt key, it will show me what the value is, and so on. And if I do it over a card, the whole card shows up. because if you can't read them from over here, then perhaps you can read it from here. And here we have the rules, same things. You can just look at the rules. Go next page and look at the rules and so on. So the Alt key shows you what the objects are. It's very, 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 very important. Now let's shift, then we go to games and we go down to my save and load. I have done my next game that I'm trying to do. It's called Pole Position. I have had a bit of a problem with the board, and this board is not made as the other one. This is a tile. There are custom boards. Let me show you boards. So you can use custom board, for instance, but it will raise the game a bit up. I have made these cards, and if I press F while I'm hovering, it's flipping the card. How nice. So what I'm going to do is making number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in every color. Here we have blue, here we have green, here we have red, and here we have yellow. The cars is actually a picture that I made, scanned in the real thing, because I own the game. So I have all the assets that I need, actually. Now, if I put this one here, it will stay in the middle. That's another thing that I've learned. Even if I try to make it stay a bit to the side, no, because I have put magnets, snaps inside each and every one, and I'm going to use that later on as well. Like that. Now that I have been changing stuff, I should probably do a save. So why not do that while we are at it? And that's also up at games. Save and load. And this was the one we were inside. So I go to overwrite. And it updates. Here you can see what I've been testing. Stuff. So that was how everything works inside TTS. We should probably talk a bit about assets, because these are called assets. All the objects. There are no dice in this game, but we should probably talk about it. So let's go to the assets. Now, when I want to look out, I do it through the menu, main menu. And he might actually do an autosave there. Might be doing. Good. That was that. Well, welcome to my Explorer. It's not really easy to read, but here I have tabletop simulators under hobbies, because this is, of course, part of my Creative 444. And for those of you who doesn't know what that is, it's being creative in 4 different things, 4 days a week, 4 hours. That is 1 hour per project. I've actually got 5 or something like that. It should probably be, I don't know, Creative 554 or something like that. Never mind. It goes totally astray at the moment. Here I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ideas that I want. But it has all to do with the assets. Let's start with one that I know I have almost everything. Now remember, the dice is already in the TTS, so you don't have to go looking for those. Here is every single token tile that you will need to play this game. They are different sizes, they are totally different everything, and when you make the token, you will also make them different sizes. Here we have the board. Hopefully. You never know. It is about 6 wizards who is going to collect as much flux as possible. These are the flux 444222, by making sure that their creations, their monsters, so to speak, is cornering around, like making a area that no one else can do. It's a bit of a hassle. So, I got the board, I got all the tiles, the tokens I want, but I don't have the rules. So I need to get that. Now the best part to get rules is of course on Board Game Geek, but in order to get anything from BGG, you have to be a member. I have been a member longer than I have made videos. So yes, it is one of my absolute favorite associations in the whole world. Yes, absolutely. Let's go over to another one. Moonstar. Here I have a cover, that's always nice. I have the board. Let's see if we can see that. This one I have made myself in Photoshop. I scanned each quarter and then put it together. It's not the nicest one, but it works. That's all I need. But the tokens, my friends, the tokens aren't cut out. This is taken, by the way, from the BGG. So these are going to be real tokens later on. Now I have to cut these out in Photoshop often. That one I don't even know what it is. Probably an extra moon or something. These are planets, these are moons, I think. And I don't have the rules. But that is not a big problem, because I own the game, therefore I can get the rules. Same goes here, I have the rules already cut up. I have some PDF files, which I can then use for tables and stuff. But I don't have all the tokens. And they are like this. Small freaking counters with numbers on. And the thing is that the ones that I have scanned was not... They didn't show the numbers. You need the numbers in order to fix things. The game board is no problem. It's fixed. It's also taken from Map Tools version, by the way. Dangerous Sea. There I don't have the colored board. I want the colored board instead, because I know there's existing. This is from a print and play that I will probably show in the That series later on. I haven't made the game yet, so we have to wait. Obsession is actually called Blockade here in Sweden. Here I don't have more than this, and this is a tray, so it's a 3D thing. And how I'm supposed to be doing this, I have absolutely no idea. Next one is Pole Position, we know that, and then we have Yucatan. This one I also own, and therefore I can copy and fix all the things. But I'm actually thinking about making my own tiles, stones as it is. And then the cards, of course, I will probably change a bit, because they are a bit hard to read. So perhaps I will put a number on it as well. We'll see. No dice. Perfect game to start with if you want to do something like that. So that's the assets. You need a board. You probably need tokens. You need some sort of tokens to move about. Or perhaps you just go and borrow from Monopoly or something like that. They have tokens in TTS, so you don't have to invent it. There is one more thing among assets that I want to mention before we stop, and that is, if you find a game who has assets that you want, copy. Save that copy in among your own objects. It's called saved objects. and then try to use it in your own game. I've tried to use it. It didn't work well, but it should. It's actually a dice tower. I would love to have that dice tower. It works so wonderful in Thunder Road, so I wanted it. I have stolen it, but it's free. Nobody, whatever we lay up, we cannot take money for it. We don't have no other thing than credit. That's all. Sorry. That's that. Now, okay, I don't think we can do much more than this, actually, in this episode. In next episode, I will show you how you start the whole thing. I must record it immediately, directly afterwards. Welcome to the new series anyway, and if you're not interested, don't watch. And if you're thinking that I am going to go give you a tutorial, no. I'm going to get into trouble now and again, and I have to go and find the source to help me. But believe me, there are so much help out there that I am not the slightest worried. On the contrary, the home page of TTS Tabletop Simulator is a gold mine, including programming. Yes, I'll get back to that as well, hopefully. Good. Thank you for watching, and goodbye till next week.